Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Colts coming in at 11-3, going up against the Chargers, who come in at 5-9.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Indianapolis Colts. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. First down, Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well. But I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, second to last in the entire NFL. Now a 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Looking to throw. Cochran. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Throwing on 1st down. Cochran. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. And give him a gain of 37. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the D looking like they may blitz. Back to throw. Cochran. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now receiver in motion left. Looking to throw. Cochran. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Throwing again. Rivers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35.
Oh,
he will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. To throw on second down. Cochran. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it here with Hunt. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They'll run again with Hunt. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Now let's go. Green.
From the gun, Cochran. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Colts send out their punter, Travis Benjamin, deep for the Chargers. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Out of his end zone, Rivers. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he gets this one all the way up to the 24. 23 yards on the play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Rivers now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Here we go now. Blue, 90. Back line up, Philly. Here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Blue, 90. No. Check. Patriot.
Off the play fake. Cochran. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll toss it to Hunt. Oh, with a juke. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. That's
going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing...
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to roam now. Kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Rivers now to throw on first down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Off play action. Cochran. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They run with Hunt, and they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? they're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returning, it's Benjamin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He's airing it out for Williams, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on this. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Colts getting ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Watch number 86. Watch 86. Now let's go. Green.
Off the play fake. Cochran. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch out. Here we go now.
Off play action. Cochran. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down now, Baker. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right there. All day, baby.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
Back to throw. Cochran looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Now let's go.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw. Cochran buying time to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I absolutely love that play call there. They just came off of a big play. They've got momentum in their direction, and they come back and take the shot at the end zone. Just unable to complete it. I love their aggressiveness.
And you feel like the defense, a sigh of relief, could have been back-to-back really big plays. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Cochran. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Rivers on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. Gordon loses the football. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 12. Watch it now, Barney. You got 4. Sit.
first down throw here for Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
On second down, Rivers again. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. See if they stay on the ground for second down. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down.
Here we go now.
From the gun on third down. Cochran looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now it's Hunt. And some room to maneuver. He'll get 3 up to midfield. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Colts on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Cochran. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
Following the interception here, Rivers. His throw incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rivers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Set. 97 4. Check, Patriot! Patriot!
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down again. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll send the receiver in motion to the left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And Frank's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. To throw again, Rivers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Set. 380.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, Rivers escaping the pressure right. It's caught on the right side, Williams. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he motions the wide receiver. Again, it's Rivers. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Fresh set of downs here.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 6. 390. Hey. 3 down. 3 down. Check. Crunch. 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 4. 4. Set. 380. Check.
Rivers again. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Chargers on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Rivers. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, here you go. 58 to Mike. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got it. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up first and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Ready. Hurry up.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Second down, the ball on the 2. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Operating from the gun, Rivers. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, Hill. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Back to throw. Cochran. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On first down, Cochran. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Joey Bosa in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. A fourth quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. It's been back and forth, but the Chiefs have now taken the lead. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw. Cochran, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
The Colts on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Cochran. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Indianapolis, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.